What's up guys, Shockwave640 here today, and today we're going to be taking a look at the old Super Deformed Destiny Gundam from Gundam Seek Destiny. Here's the instructions right here with a nice picture of the painted model. I mean, this is not what the model will actually look like when you buy it. Just the front of the instructions, nothing special to look at here. This is number 290 out of the Super Deformed line. So, just opening it, and you get your part count, technically is what it is, where it shows you all the runners and labeling all the part numbers on them, just in case you have a hard time reading them on the actual runners themselves. Folding this out for a second here. Now you can see how to remove the parts from their runners, or sprues as you may call them. And there you have the instructions about the head and the arms. Then you have the instructions on building the hands and the body and connecting all of that. Then you have the feet and the legs and the waist and how to connect all of that. And then you have the backpack and the wings. And then you have the weapons and swords and all that such things that the Destiny Gundam has. Then you have how to equip all of this and how everything works. I'm rotating this around so you can see the back. And there you have more painted pictures and photoshopped pictures of the Destiny Gundam wielding all of its weapons and such. You have a photoshopped picture of the Destiny Gundam fighting the Freedom Gundam. And then there you have the pilot. Right there. So those are the instructions. Sorry about that, just had to fold it up. It doesn't matter how you fold it up. Now taking a look at the box art, let's set him off to the side real quick. Here's the box. As you see, it says Destiny Gundam, and this is a Super Deformed model, so it doesn't have scale. And then there you have the specs and such, if you will. This is a 2006 model from the company Bandai, as all Gundam models are made, except for the ripoffs. You can't really fit this all on camera. Here, let's just set that there. Standing it up. There you go. Here's the full box art. The box isn't too big, I mean, it's a pretty small box. And there you have the same picture, just on the side, number 290. Going up to the side, some features and such. There's that. You have all this. And in Japan, this does cost 800 yen, which is about $8 here. So, yeah, if you can read any of this, which I can't, then there you go. You get free information about this model kit. But now moving on to the actual model kit itself. And here it is out of the box. This is not painted or really colored up in any way. This is exactly what the model will look like if you build it, including all of the stickers. Just giving it a small spin around here. It is a really, really cool model kit for being as old as it is. I do like it. It is the best $9 I have spent in my life, honestly. Yeah, this model kit, if you do buy it on Amazon, it is only about $9, $10. I mean, the most I've seen it right now is $11, but I bought mine for about $9 or $8. Can't remember exactly, it was a while back, but one of the best models you will buy in your life for spending just $8. I mean, he's got a lot of accessories, he's a lot of fun, and a lot of posability on this guy. So, getting down to the articulation, actually, let's pull off his backpack here just to make things easier. His head here is on a ball joint, so you can kind of tilt, well, you can't really tilt his head because his head is just so big, and that collar section there on the back makes it a lot harder. But you can look up and down a little bit. And it can't spin full 360. If you bend it, it can go this far. If you try to turn it anymore, his head will pop off, but it's not going to break or anything. It is just a ball joint, and then just goes right in there. Just pops on like so. And then his arms, they can go a full 360 without the wings on. They can go out that far. And yeah, he does have a double jointed elbow. It doesn't really do double jointed elbow bend. I mean, it only bends that far, but at least it can bend. Then you don't have a bicep swivel, but you have a below the elbow joint swivel, so that does a full 360 spin. And then his hands are on ball joints, so you can spin those and articulate those as much as you want. Then you have his waist swivel, which I can go about that far, but you can force it all the way around. But I'm not going to, because then things start to pop off, and He doesn't really fall apart. This is one of the models that don't fall apart, so there's a plus there. And then you have his upper legs, which are on a ball joint, so you can go about forward that far, backward about that far, in and out about this far. And then his feet are on a ball joint, so you get ankle tilts, pivots, pointing, rotation, all that stuff. And then his little ankle armor is on a small wiggle joint for no reason at all, really. And you get nothing on the front skirts, nothing on the side skirts, and nothing on the back skirts. Now, pointing out the stickers, you do get the forehead cameras. You get the eye cameras, which are a nice metallic green, I do like. You have this sky blue here on the chest. You have that metallic red right there on the crotch piece. On all of the hands that he comes with, you do have this yellow sticker there. And that's it on the model kit, as far as I can tell. And now moving on to the backpack articulation, setting him off to the side. Here's the backpack. It's a standard Gundam backpack with the thruster there in the middle. The thruster doesn't move and it's not colored in any way, but oh well. The wings aren't really colored either. They should have a little bit of color on them. Like this entire section should be black. I wish they came with 2 stickers that you could pull it off, but oh well. You could just take a Sharpie to it if you really wanted to. But articulation on the wings, they can go up that high, they can go down that low, and then you can open them up for later purposes. And rotating them, you do get these armatures, which do hold the anti-ship sword and the beam cannon, I do believe they are called. And then you have a joint here that can allow you to do this. And then you have this joint here that is the actual holster. So, yeah, you do get in a lot of articulation with this guy. So, putting his backpack on, which simply just fits right into those holes on his backpack, or on his back, and then on the backpack it has these pegs. And it just simply pegs on like this. And there you have the Destiny Gundam with his backpack on. And now let's do some size comparisons, shall we? So, here's the Destiny Gundam. And here he is with the Disney Infinity 3.0 Kylo Ren figure. So, you can see he's a little bit taller just by his V-fin there. He's just a little bit taller than Kylo Ren there. Here he is with Combiner Wars Swindle. So there you can see him with Swindle there. He's obviously going to be taller because Swindle is in his vehicle mode, but in Swindle's robot mode, he's much taller than this guy, so there's that. And here is the Transformers Age of Extinction Voyager Optimus Prime in his G1 truck mode. I did take a metallic Gundam marker and colored in all of the windows here. Not the side ones that were already painted, but I did color all these windows there, just because it looked so much better. So, he's obviously going to be taller than this too, but there he is with Voyager Prime if you wanted to see that. And here he is with an actual Gundam model. Here he is, here, let me adjust the camera for a second. Here he is with the high-grade Universal Sentry Goof Custom model kit. Sorry, you can see him with the Goof Custom. These don't scale together at all. In all reality, the Destiny would be taller because it is from Gundam Seed Destiny, and the Goof is just a Goof, so Goofs aren't really that tall. The Destiny should be much taller, about here maybe. So, yeah, so there's that if you really wanted to see that, if you have the Goof Custom, or if you have any of those other figures and toys that I showed you. So, now let's get on to accessories, shall we? On the actual Gundam itself, he has his beam sabers and beam boomerangs. So here's those. They're multi-purpose, and he does have both of them. And taking in the effect parts for this model kit, here is the beam boomerang effect part, and that just simply slots right into that hole right there. And there you have his beam boomerangs. He can hold. He just holds onto this part right here just by taking off the hand, that blue hand cover. Just slide that into his hand, put the hand cover back on, and he's holding a beam boomerang. And his beam saber. You use the same exact hole. You bring in this longer effect piece, and then here you have his beam saber. So there you have the beam saber and the beam boomerangs. So just taking out those effect pieces, and let me show you how they actually go into the shoulders. How they go into the shoulders, you just want to take the weapon here, and you see those grooves up there at the top. They will simply fit into those notches right there in the shoulder if you can see them. You just gotta put that in and push it down a little bit, and it holds on pretty securely. I have never had them fall out yet, but they may end up falling out. It may just end up rubbing the plastic raw, and it'll fall off eventually. I'm surprised it hasn't done it yet, considering how old this model kit is. I did buy it brand new, of course, but I would never buy a used model. That'd be kind of dumb. But there he is with those. And then here he is with his beam rifle. I did color it silver too, because it used to just be plain white plastic. I just colored it with a silver Gundam marker just to give it a little bit of a pop. And he can hold this very well. You just have that hole in his hand there, which both hands do have. And my display table sheet is coming down. And you just use his handle there in the back. Just slide that right into his hand. There you have him holding his beam rifle. I could do a much more interesting pose with this guy if I really, really wanted to, but I don't want to because that takes too much time. This video is already 10 minutes long as it is. So you can also take that beam rifle and removing the backpack because it's so much easier to do, and dropping everything, that works too. Get that off the screen. You can see this little hole right there on his butt, and you can use that tab right there hanging off the side of the gun, and that can simply just go here and push it right into his butt, and then there's the gun storage. I'm going to keep the wings off for a few seconds so I can do the rest of this review because it's so much easier without those wings there, but all this can be easily done with the wings on. And let's see, the shield, he does have a beam shield, which is this, I didn't show it with the beam sabers, but you may be able to see it. Here's the beam shield. All of this has stuff like flaky silver inside of the clear plastic, which is really cool. Most Gundams do not have this. And then using these holes here on the closed fists, or the holding fists that he uses to hold his weapons, you can just simply peg that on like that. And then there you have his beam shield. So that's a really nice addition. I do like the beam shield. I wish he came with two of them, but he just come with that one. So if you wanted him to have two, you just got to buy two of the same model, which would be kind of stupid. Just get one little beam shield. You probably just buy one on eBay for like 50 cents, or 99 cents. I think that's the lowest you can go. But so there's that. Now extra hands. He does come with he comes with two pairs, a left and a right. He comes with the beam palm hands. I do like these. They just go back into that ball joint there. Move it out to the side. And there you have him with his beam palm hands, which is just his open palms like that, and he would just grab another part of another Gundam, just blow it off. Like an arm, he'd blow off the arm. A head, he'd blow off the head. The body, he'd blow a hole through the body. It was a really powerful weapon. It made lots of other Gundams want to stay away from him because of this weapon. He does have two of them. So yeah, him. I did color the actual cannon itself silver just because it looks kind of weird when it was just in solid white, because that entire hand should be gray, but I've grown to get used to it since they were white. I mean, it's kind of grown on me, so, and I just don't feel like going and buying the paint to paint these guys. I don't have the patience for it. I'm not a painter kind of person. So there's that. Let's see, what else does he have? Okay, well, all the other accessories do require the backpack, so just putting the backpack back on, like so. And first up we have the anti-ship sword. Here's the anti-ship sword. It used to be the dark blue that he has, but I did take a silver marker and color the entire thing silver. It should be this color there, that sky blue. But to transform it, this is its stored mode. Actually, before we get to transforming it, it does fit onto this peg there. Using that groove there and that groove there, it does simply just go fit right into that hole there where you can see the silver paint is already starting to rub off. Pulling out that armature, sliding that in. There you have the stored mode for this weapon. So there's that. And pulling that back out. And transforming it, you just simply pull that off. And reconnect it up here like so. And there you go. You have the unfolded full anti-ship sword. The stickers it does have is this metallic red. He's putting off the focus. You have the metallic red sticker there, and that metallic red sticker there. Pulling it back in, refocusing. And this sword does come with its own beam effect, which is this thing. Sorry guys, the focusing on these phones is weird. And it does have the same metallic, plasticky kind of look to it. And simply, how you put this in is you take the bottom half of it, it's got this like slot going through, and that just simply fits over this section. And then you just kind of go and push it up here like that. And there you have the anti-ship sword with its beam and everything equipped. And he can hold this. He can also dual wield it. It is very hard to get him to do it because he's kind of stubborn when it comes to holding things with two hands, but he can do it. And that just simply goes right into either one of his hands. And there you go. You have him wielding the anti-ship sword. And it just in case you guys didn't know anything about Gundams and you're new to seeing a Gundam model, the anti-ship sword is capable of slicing entire warships in half, or cutting them into pieces. This is how powerful this sword is. It takes up a lot of energy for him to use, so he doesn't really use it that often unless he really has to, but it is one of the weapons that he does have, and it is a very dangerous weapon. If you do know anything about the Destiny Gundam, you know its previous form, I guess you could say. The, what's it called? It's like a sword something. I can't really remember what the name of it is. What was the name of it? If any of you guys do remember what the name of it is, please let me know, because I don't remember the name of it. But basically, this is just an upgraded of the sword Excalibur. So that's what this is right here. Just an upgraded form of that. It just says one of them. He used to have two of these. Two anti-ship swords, but I guess they both got combined into one or something like that. I don't really know. But, making him look forward again. And then here's his next weapon. The, beam cannon. And this is its stored mode, and it can only be, it's supposed to stay, and my tongue already starts working. It's supposed to be always on this holster. He doesn't never take it off, but it pegs on the same way that the anti-ship sword does, and it can be pegged onto either one. If you really want it to be on that one, it can be on that one, but it's supposed to have it on this side. That's just what he does, and this is coming off already. This has never actually happened before, which is strange, but now it's coming off too. He's just falling apart. There we go. And that's loose now. Oh well. It's old. I'm not even going to use this holster for it. Actually, just keeping that holster off. Because it seems that since it's so tight, it kind of rubbed the plastic off. And, yeah, I just dropped it. Well, it seemed to be rubbing the plastic off of that peg there. So it kind of made it not want to stick on anymore. But I'm just going to keep it off for the rest of this review. Just because I don't really feel like dealing with pieces that fall off. This shouldn't really happen with yours. It's just kind of like your mileage may vary kind of thing. But it happened with mine. I'll get over it. I'm not going to die. But to transform it, you just pull that part off. And then you just slide it over that peg on the end. And flip it over. And then there you have the beam rifle. Or not beam rifle, the beam cannon. In its cannon mode. It is a really, really cool looking cannon. To hold it, you just rotate his hand like this, and then it just kind of goes underneath his arm, and he holds onto that thing there, and then you just kind of move his arm around, and he just points it and shoots in different kinds of places. So nothing too spectacular, but I do like that they molded it in its own color instead of being like white or something weird like that. They did actually want to use the money and make this thing green, so that's a bonus. It would have been cool if they used a little bit of extra money on this runner here, if they put a light blue plastic there, so you can have some light blue plastic here on the chest and that light blue anti-ship sword. But I'm glad that they just give us this. I mean, this makes me happy, so setting that off to the side and knocking him over, that helps as well. And now let's go into the main event of this guy. Just folding up the wings like this and bringing in these beam effects. Yes, this is one of the only model kits of the Destiny Gundam to actually include the wings of light. I mean, I know they look like a girly just fairy wing, but if you watch the show Gundam Seed Destiny, you would know what these things are all about. I just put this one in without showing you guys, and this even goes on this wing. But basically, to put it in, you just line up these three things at the bottom of that wing, and then those two tabs you see fit into the back of these smaller wings, and it just kind of... No, this did go on this side. This didn't want to cooperate. It just kind of... Don't cooperate with me. Just kind of fit that in there like so. I don't know why it's not doing it. Please just cooperate with me. Oh well, that's good enough. Who cares? And then grabbing in the other one. And here you have the Destiny Gundam with its wings of light. And I really do like this feature. I always display him with these on. Just because of, I don't know why they're giving me trouble now. They're making a liar out of me saying that they're easy to put on. They are incredibly easy to put on, and it's just going to make a liar out of me. Because if anybody has ever noticed from any other reviewer, as long as the camera's on, it likes to make a liar out of you. So if you're gonna go into this reviewing business, just be careful, because the camera likes to make a liar out of people. So there he is with the wings of light. It does make him a much taller model kit for being so short. But so yeah, there is the Super Deformed Destiny Gundam model kit. And if you guys did really want to know, it does come with a few extra pieces like most of these Gundams do. And it's just polycaps, which if you don't know what a polycap is, a polycap is just a rubber part. It's like a really, really soft plastic, not really rubber. It's just a part used for joints, basically. That's all it's ever used for, so that you're not having plastic rub on plastic and getting loose. You're having plastic rub on a really, really soft, plasticky kind of plastic, so you don't destroy anything. And it does come with extra ones just in case any of his don't work properly, because sometimes every once in a while you get a defect one, or on any of your other models, because all high grades and super deformed models do use polycaps, and I even think newer master grades and perfect grades are even using polycaps. I don't really know because I don't own any. But so yeah, if you do have any model kits that need extra polycaps, he does come with these polycaps here. Comes with a neck joint, some elbows or feet joints, and ankle joints, and multi-purpose joint. So there's that, guys. I hope you like this. I hope you like this model kit. It's a really good model kit. I do recommend you buying it. So yeah. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I really do like to read your comments. So peace.